Hello everyone, I am Dendrick and I am made from 70% post-consumer grade goods. So tonight we're going to take a look at the Bandai First Order Stormtrooper model kit. This is already put together, obviously. This is my first Force Awakens figure, I guess, or Stormtrooper anyway. I really wanted to get one of these guys because I like the design. So there are a few choices for this character right now. I got this one because it's the best way to get all of his accessories. Sorry, the most economical way, I should say. So the other options, of course, are the Hasbro Black Series figure, but the standard figure just comes with the rifle, maybe a pistol. Anyway, there is another version, like I think it's a Kmart exclusive. So there is another version that comes with these type of accessories, but it comes in a 2-pack with Finn, which just drives up the price. So this guy I got for only about 20 bucks on eBay. You can order him from any Japanese seller. Well, not anyone, but he comes from Japan. So anyway, the nice thing about it is he comes with all of the stuff, like I said. So here is a look at the rifle. This is all molded in black, and I've painted the white on with my good friend white nail polish, and this is some silver I put on with just a silver marker. The magazine here and this sort of electronic piece are separate. This back piece also is separate. This comes off, actually, and you can replace it with a buttstock, which looks like this. So that can go on there, so you get the full rifle. I like to display it with this on, because he's got these pegs here, and you can actually attach this right into a little rail on his thigh armor, which is pretty cool. You can do it with the stock on, but it's a little bit too big. So I'll go through the things. Whoops. Yeah, so the shield, of course, he has several different types of hands. This is the open one I put on here. You pull this off and you can remove the riot shield. Riot shield is nice. It's got these 2 loops which plug in here, and then this plate plugs on there. It's got a clear, sort of smoky clear visor sort of window in there. These pieces are separate, molded on. I just painted the tips silver. So a nice riot shield. You can use any of the other hands on that. He also comes, here's the fisted hand. This is 2 pieces. And also, the other nice thing about these Bandai model kits is that all the different colors are molded in, well, they're molded in color, right? So all the pieces are black and white. So there's no paint on here. It does come with some, sorry, before I get to that, and what makes that nice is like the helmet, for example, I'll just pop this off, is in both black and white plastic. So you get really nice clean lines that you wouldn't get with a decal or paint, I mean, because this is actually separate pieces inside. And the visor is actually made of that same smoked clear plastic as was on the riot shield. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think it's the sort of thing where you might notice side by side to when it isn't, or if it were just black plastic or a sticker, it might be obvious. This was black. You just put it comes with a decal, but I just did that with a silver marker again, Sharpie. Yeah, because I'm lazy like that. So really nice, very accurate. Let's put his head back on, and let's give him a hand. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. So I did one customization. The one thing I didn't like about this is the hand. They didn't give him a special hand to hold this weapon. I'll explain why it looks like it in a minute. There is a hand for gripping his gun, and this is in 3 pieces. So the plate here, the armor plate, and then this half of the hand and this half. So that's molded that way so that you can put it around the gun and get the trigger finger right through the loop. Or right through the trigger guard, and then snap the hand together, like so. Actually, I found it the other day. I was actually accidentally storing it like this. It was plugged on there and I had his hand still on there. Anyway, so that's good for the gun, but it's intended that you just use this for holding this stun baton, or whatever this weapon is. So then he's got his finger sticking out while he's holding it, and it looks a little bit dainty, you know? So all I did was drill the hole through this hand, basically. This is the left fist, and I just carefully stuck a drill bit in there and drilled down through the hand, and that worked out just fine. You can see it got right by the fingers. I was pretty, I don't know if I was lucky or careful, but that drilling came out just fine. If you want to do the same thing, you just want to use a bit like this. This is a 3/32 size. Sorry, I don't have the metric measurement. Usually I use metric, but with tool stuff I'm imperial, so I don't know what that is. But alright, back to the figure. Let's put his hand back on. Yeah, so these parts here are molded in white. This main body though is molded in black, so I took a lot of white nail polish to coat this guy. It does come with some decals for the silver, but I just did it with a Sharpie again. As you can see, these are detachable so that you can have it in its compact position like that. Just like in the movie, spoiler alert, he opens it up and uses it like this. Upside down, I believe. Reverse grips there. Yep, I just plugged it in there. So yeah. And he doesn't have his little finger there. So that looks pretty good, I think. So yeah, I got options. Go through the articulation. Little details first. These little packs rotate because they're on a circle sort of peg and hole. Let's see, so those two are like that. These two are similar. These can swivel or be removed, these two packs. He's got his thermal detonator in the back here.
Holding a thermal detonator.
You can remove that if you want to, but no reason to really. Double jointed legs. Ankle pivot. Ankle turn, and you can get some nice stances with that. Shoulders are on sort of a not a double ball. There's a ball and socket here, but that socket actually pivots out. I think they call this a butterfly joint. The shoulder armor lifts up on its own joint, which is nice, and double hinged elbows. And of course you have to put this all together. As long as you pay attention to the joints, you won't have a problem. I've put a couple of these together before, not First Order, but the Trooper and the Biker Scout, so that gave me some experience with this. I found, like, if you're doing this for the first time, I find you really have to pay attention to the elbow joints. And the leg joints the same way, and you know, because you have to do left and right, and sometimes there are differences in left and right, or something goes up or down, but only one direction. Oh, hips. Let's see. So there's a swivel here because this plugs into the armor bit. Let's see, and this goes back and forth and out a little bit. That's a sort of a universal, I guess. You know, you put all these little bits together, but the instructions are fairly clear about all that stuff. So he's got good posability. Let's compare to the Hasbro Black Series Trooper, which doesn't stand up on its own, so I use these Marauder Gunrunner stands. Sorry, I don't have a Hasbro First Order Trooper, but just to give you an idea, that a similar articulation. The double hinge is here, double hinge here. This is about the same. This Hasbro has this sort of rocking... Nope, actually that's the same here too. Yeah, that does the same thing. You can see there's actually tread on the feet. A lot of attention to detail here. Little black details that are visible through. Oh, you can also remove this little butt piece here, and there's a hole because it's compatible with Bandai stands, like this for example. This came with a spaceship, but you can use this peg or this peg to give him sort of action poses, I guess, if you want him to be jumping or something like that, or blown away. You could do that. Doing what stormtroopers do best. Die. Oh, that's mean. Yeah, the only thing really is like this joint can be a bit visible, but if you pose it right, that won't bother you. I was worried about these shoulder bits getting in the way, but they really don't at all. Let me show you the instructions here. So these are only in Japanese, unfortunately. I mean, there's a bit of English on it, but it's so weird to see that Disney logo on Star Wars stuff now. On the back, it shows you the paint guide. I mean, you can just look at that and see, okay, you need to paint that. Oh, I didn't paint the inside of the gloves, but there's a decal for the fists. The pieces, this is a decal guide. Just shows you where to apply them all. The nice thing about these is it comes with two options. You've got the conventional water slide decals, but it also comes with a sticker sheet. All the Bandai Star Wars kits are like this. On my Stormtrooper, I kind of mixed and matched. Depending on the part, I used whatever looked best. On this guy, I only needed to use these. And as you can see, I didn't use them all because I just used a Sharpie for the silver. And you could color in the black too if you wanted to. So just to give you a bit... Oh, right, I was going to show this off. That's what I forgot. So here's kind of what the instructions look like. When you see these little ticks here, it looks like kind of like a quotation mark. That's indicating that that's a one-way piece. So you've got to have it facing that way. It just sort of calls attention to it, like, that goes up, sort of thing. And this goes down. Make sure you have it. It's just telling you which way the part should face. Here's a picture of all the sprues. This is the base. So you can see there's how the helmet goes together, which gives you the nice detail. All the black parts inside the white parts. It even kind of shows you how to cut it out. I do recommend you get a set of these sprue cutters. They're quite handy. I just have to sharpen mine. So the weapon goes together. And so, it does tell you what you're working on in English. So left arm, blah blah blah. But you can see there is Japanese text. I would like to know what this says, but almost all of it, I'd say, you can figure out by the illustrations. This is telling you, when you see that the paper, that's telling you it's a decal or a sticker that you need to apply there. So it tells you those as you go, which is nice, so that sometimes you get too far in the model, or you don't always want to do everything, all the models. Sorry, you don't always want to do all the decals at the end, because sometimes they're hard to get at by the time you're finished. And they're showing you how that attaches. Nice cover, a few pictures from the film so you can compare. I think it's very accurate. I mean, I didn't sit in front of the movie and watch with this guy and look at it, but the base is nice. I've glued this in place, but you don't have to. You don't have to glue any of this, by the way. It will just snap. It's a snap together kit. I glue some of the parts, especially the joints, just to keep things from splitting. But if you haven't built one of these before, I don't recommend you do that, because I found that I did make mistakes. Like, I've been building models since I was a kid, and with Japanese instructions, it's easy to make an error and have to go back and disassemble some things. So if they're not glued together, that helps a lot. So a couple of comparisons. This is the Bandai original trilogy Stormtrooper, and he's got a pointing hand. This guy, I don't think he has that. Sorry, I put my other hands away. The same sort of articulation, exact same articulation. This one has a nice holster, which you can unpeg this and take his pistol out. I'm not going to do that because I'm showing off this guy. Here's the Scout Trooper, also a Bandai kit. So, they're all pretty much in scale. They would stand at that height. I guess, is the Scout shorter? No, I just got him crouching. Yeah, they're about the same height. which is good. Not because they're clones, because they're not. That was only in prequel time, and we don't talk about that. They all have the same thing at the back. You can see I've taken out the little cover plate here, so yeah, because I was thinking of posing this guy flying off a speeder bike, but I didn't. So you can do it with all of them. This pistol fits in here. I don't know why I'm talking about these guys. Okay, I'm talking about the First Order. Let's get back to him. But I think that's all I've got to say about him. Yeah, I recommend it. Like I said, it's the cheapest way to get a First Order Trooper that you can display with this. If you just want the pistol, then you've got a choice of the Black Series, which would be easier to get, I suppose. But I think this is better. The articulation's the same. The gloss white plastic also looks very nice. Just to stand them again next to the plastic on the Stormtrooper. I hope the white is coming across on the camera. It's a bit more, I guess, white in person, but this is a more matte finish. And of course, on the Hasbro stuff, you're gonna get some paint errors. This one's quite good. I don't really see much problem with this. You know, you get a bit of a overspray in places like that. The other thing I don't like is you have you end up with the joint in the wrong color because it has to connect white to black. So you gotta get one or the other. So it's not perfect. You know, and you get some mess like that. Whereas this is just like laser sharp. So definitely would recommend a Bandai kit. There's also the SH Figure Arts, of course. If you don't want to put it together and you've got the cash, go with the SH Figure Arts. It's probably going to be just as good as this, based on some other SH Figure Arts I have. You know, but again, it's already put together for you, but you're going to pay for that. So value, economically, I would recommend this guy. And you can have that cool scene, right? Just have him throw his gun away this way. Put a little word balloon there that says Trader. Good to go. And you also get the fun of building it. And building models is fun. And if you don't think so, you're probably a communist. So I think that's all I've got to say about that. I am going to do another video with all my Stormtroopers. All my Stormtroopers. Today. Yeah, because I've got a bunch of them, and I'll show you kind of all of them together so you can see what they look like. So look for that. I'll try to get that up within the next 2 weeks. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like, and it'd be just dandy if you'd subscribe. Thanks.